who has not done the forum, and then Brian and Eric, who had left and were concerned and making sure that they weren't involved in some sort of cult. And yeah, so the title is Why Landmark Farm is Not a Cult, and then Rick Ross claims that maybe some of the higher levels are culty or have cult-like aspects, which is not accurate whatsoever. But these two guys are, I mean, it's been a year, so knock wood, they are fully over with these opinions and have found what they're up to next in life, which I'm sure is being paid what they want to be paid and being in the relationships they want to be in, as well as, among the other things of the value that they get out of work. And yep, go for there.
A narcissist in a way because I hear that term a lot, but I think, well, everybody's ex is a ex-boyfriend's a narcissist. Like,
Yeah, so when someone is out for to empower you in your life and what you're up to, and they're interested in what you're up to, that is not a narcissist. If someone wants to support what's up in your life and empower your life to get what you want out of life, that's like the most selfless thing anybody. I mean, that's the opposite of narcissism. People are like, "Oh, I want to be happy. I don't want to be sad or whatever." And then they're like, "Oh yeah, do this." And you go, "Oh, you're a narcissist." What, dude? You told me you didn't want to be sad. You want to be happy or whatever it
it
is.
seems to be like a very overly used word. I didn't know much about it, but the way she put it together, that was my whole experience. Like, there just was this.
She's talking about how Anne wrote the book of Is This a Cult and the way she put it together. Yeah, if I want to frame something of like, I don't know. Anyway, these guys just got off thinking that it was something that it wasn't. And I mean, yes, if you go on staff, you should know the hours are, and the work is, and all those sorts of things. But there's no mind control, mind dynamics. This is all just, um, opinions gone wild, rabbit holes gone wild.
This way, and it didn't matter if it didn't make sense. It didn't matter if you would end up spending 15 hours working. That was the way.
No, you can always ask questions, and if it doesn't make sense, and it's of urgency or importance, then yeah, I mean maybe you get that day over and done with, and then go back to someone and say, I don't look, I just did this. I don't understand why I'm doing this. There's no like the boss told you to do it, so you have to do it. Like you're a slave. Like Brian was getting paid decent money, 60 grand, 50 grand.
And if you didn't do it that way, then you're out.
It's the opposite. It's never do something just the way it's always been done, or oh, that's just the way we do it here. No, there's always a reason behind something.
It just was a very controlled working environment, being a staff member.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I want a structured working environment, and I want a company that is up to massive things on a global scale. Um, to be up to to be a well-structured environment. As far as you being controlled, I mean, look, dude, you chose to be there, you chose to work there, so fulfill your agreement and leave. I mean, I don't think you're committed to being forced to work there for more than 2 years. I don't even think there is a commitment like that. I think it's like, hey, I want to work here for the next 9 months at this many hours a week, and then you apply and then get approved or not. Like it's not anyway.
Member at Landmark.
Yeah. Brian, let me just put a couple footnotes in there. First of all, that
this guy worked at Landmark for 26 years, and this guy has never even done one course in Landmark, and he wants to say, talk about the organization somehow.
The abuse was very widespread, in my opinion.
Yeah, there you go. In your opinion, and again, like are people talking, oh, the abuse. Okay, great. I'd love to hear about the abuse. Please tell me exactly what did you say? What did they say? And I don't know. It's just
Of staff.
I don't know if it's this video or another one, but Eric was saying that he got punched in an arm. It's like, bro, like you gotta say something about that. And I don't think that that's a cultural. That's definitely not a cultural thing within Landmark, and I don't think that's a thing at all with them anymore because they think someone said something about it, and then if not, they've Anyway, and then who knows if that guy even works there anymore? And like, I'm not gonna judge one guy, the whole organization on one guy.
Staff, because I would get complaints. And in fact, I was to be an expert witness in the Tracy Neff, NEFF lawsuit.
Um, okay, so in any event, Limerick learned a lot from every lawsuit they've ever done, and they have um, transformed their organization so that those issues don't happen again. And yeah, they're listening and they learn too, and all that sort of thing. So, plaintiff is a natural person residing in Dallas, Texas, and defendant. Maybe I'll look into this one and another one. Yeah, I'd love to see what Tracy Neff is up to today. If she's still alive, I imagine she has a pretty great life. Um, like what exactly was said, and like what is your life like today? Like, are you happy today? And they're like, yeah, I'm so happy I won this lawsuit. It's like, okay. The point is that you're happy in your life. And like a lot of people aren't happy or free or don't have peace of mind. Um, yeah, the particular activities, some duty to ordinary care, abuse. Look, there's no abuse in this entire court case. Uh, damage, she said. Plaintiff's damages, compensatory damages, explanatory. Deterioration through her body for a long time into the future, not balance of her natural life. I don't know. All I can say is that they've altered their delivery and a lot of things. What happened? End result? Question mark. Let's see. Further chances. He's a seminar leader of sexual assault. End result, Landmark moved for a summary judgment on certain claims, proximate cause, international intentional infliction of emotional distress. However, the ultimate court ruling, jury verdict, or confidential settlement information is not detailed. Yeah. All I know is that they definitely learned from it, so. So yeah, it doesn't seem that like this I don't know if Rick Ross started culteducation.com, but like this is a dead link. It doesn't even work anymore. Um this guy Grill, David Grill that worked at Landmark doesn't I've never heard that name before. This is in 2000 before I ever did anything. Let's see. And then it says here that 9 out of 11 plaintiffs voluntary dismissed their claims. So y'all had 11 people that wanted to charge, and then 9 of them were like, "Oh no, my life is better now." So they didn't really do any damage to me at all. I really have no doubt it will be worked out. Yes, settlement out of court, 1997. There you go. So look, and it's all done on Zoom now, so there's no possible way of any kind of
She worked at Landmark in Dallas, Texas.
abuse like through a computer like you know what I mean, like these people aren't meeting afterwards. You're probably never going to see any of the people ever again that you talked to on Zoom for that weekend for the 5 days.
And she had very, very serious allegations of abuse. And I did not testify in that case because Landmark settled with Tracy Neff rather than go to court. So I don't know how much Ms. Neff got. I'm under the impression that it was enough to retire and live out the rest of her life. But you can read about the Neff lawsuit again at culteducation.com, and you can read.
It's a dead link, bro. And then like what was his name? David Grill? David Grill. Landmark. Like this guy doesn't work there anymore. Former staff, see? So he lost his job. She got her lawsuit won and her damages met, and doesn't sounds like she actually really got great things out of the course. And it was just this sexual thing that happened.
Read the complaint and see what was happening with Tracy Neff. And let me then also add this aside, is that the underlying assumption in personality-driven organizations like Land.
It's not a personality-driven organization. There's nothing to do with any one person. It's about the ideas.
Mark, is that the leader is the perfect person, or the
you're looking at it at a regular definition of perfection, and that is like everything's perfect all the time, and that's not if you think that that's impossible, then why does anybody strive for it or push for it? So they do not that's not a verbiage that they would use. They would flip that and take a different definition of perfect, and that it's perfect exactly the way that it is because of who we have to be to get out of it and what kind of responsibility we'd have to take to get out of the situation that we're in. So even if it's the worst situation, it's still perfect.
Prototype by which you are to.
But no one person is. There's no, oh, well, that's the perfect person. I want to be like them. That's not.
Model your life.
No, you're not modeling your life. I don't know. I just think that people want their good job and their good relationships and their income. And um, I'm not modeling after a specific person. I'm looking for the things that I want out of life and then happen to be using some of the same ideas to. I mean, it's not an idea like a script. It's an idea of like a listening. I don't. It's just so wild. These
And so
just sitting here quiet, listening to all this nonsense and not pushing back at all.
in a sense,
But they're not looking up live answers. I mean, I don't understand why we're not all doing this live, looking up stuff while we have conversations. Why are we having conversations about stuff that we don't really know what we're talking about? Can't we Google search stuff while we're in the middle of a conversation? And why do people get upset when I start searching stuff while I'm in the middle of the conversation? But it's the best line. It's a good line I heard. Where it's like, oh, should we look that up, or do you just want to concede that?
what the leader is doing, and this can get really crazy, is cloning himself.
Yeah, it's like you're making this word crazy and putting it in there. Like these assumptions are off the rails. And no, nobody's cloning themselves. I'm Lee. Hi, nice to meet you. And you're Rick. I'd like you to be 10 times more Rick. I don't need more Lees on the planet. I don't need more Brians or Erics on the I mean, I don't need more Lees. I need 10 times more Eric, 10 times more Brian, 10 times more Rick Allen Ross. And I'll be working on 10 times more Lee. And once I hit that 10 times more Lee, then I have like a whole new set of 10 times more to get to.
I mean, because you
And there's nothing to do with materialism.
want to be like, talk like, act like Werner Erhard.
No, it's full self-expression, your self-expression. Not Werner has nothing to do with this whatsoever.
And so in the early days of Erhard Seminars training, people wanted to look like Erhard, talk like Erhard.
Okay, yeah, it's effective and efficient and profound and means what we say and say what we mean. Like, why would you not want to model the integrity of someone? And he's gone now, and the ideas are still alive. So that's the point.
Erhard be like Erhard, because the underlying assumption of,
And it was never meant to be like that at all. He never even owned the company. It was always owned by the employees.
the organization was that
He had part ownership, of course, but he wasn't the end all be all. He was never like that.
Erhard was the peak of personal achievement, of personal growth. Now, what became
I don't think that Werner would say that, he would say, or anybody would say, there is no peak. You're just at the bottom of a new mountain.
Became weird about all that in the 60 Minutes expose of Werner Erhard.
Yeah, and then 60 Minutes did another expose afterwards, and left him in a very positive light. So